What's up? What's going on? What's poppin'? Welcome back to another episode of Tough Calls. You thought I was gonna say something different, but I ain't say it. So this is Tough Calls with Symone and
your boy Dylan. Yeah, there.
So obviously we got a bombshell. Well, first of all, let me get into it. Check my description box down below to buy me a coffee to help me fuel my channel. Also, make sure you subscribe to Dylan Matthews on YouTube for some NBA, NFL takes. Also, make sure you check out the link in the description box to subscribe to his channel. Plus, his channel is also featured on my channel feature page, whatever. And you can also check out the link down below to buy him a coffee as well. Quench our thirst. And subscribe to our podcast, Tough Calls, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, but the link is down below so you can hear us talk to some of your favorite sports analysts, reporters, current and former athletes, chop it up with us on the pod. But without further ado, let me set the stage. So Joe Flacco, 36-year-old Joe Flacco, has officially signed with the Philadelphia Eagles. I did a speculation video about 3 days ago because you guys know I'm ahead of the curve, you know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta be subscribed to SymoneWithTheSports because I already know what's coming before it's happening, you know what I'm saying?
Period.
So what does this mean? Now, at face value, this 1000% means that the Eagles are investing in Jalen Hurts. We have not, through free agency so far, we've only signed defensive players. We haven't signed any wide receivers, which would show that we're going to go wide receiver and not quarterback in the first round of the draft. And now we signed a veteran backup. Now we have 2 quarterbacks on the roster, which is looking like we might not draft, probably won't draft a quarterback first round. Now, at face value, this means the team is 1000% in on Jalen. Oh, okay, let's just say, let's bring it down, 95% in. I mean, you ain't 1000% in on nobody.
Right.
But Dylan, talk to him. Talk to us. What you think this means?
I think it means that, like you said, I think Jalen Hurts is here to stay. I think it shows that he is QB1 for the foreseeable future for the Philadelphia Eagles. I believe this means that it is his job to lose. So, I also think this means that they're addressing the fact that Jalen Hurts knows that, we know that Jalen Hurts can do everything he needs to with his legs. He's got the wheels, he can throw on the run, all that good stuff. I think Joe Flacco is also going to go in there and show him how to be a little bit more of a pocket passer. He's going to, take him under his wing a little bit, tutor him up a little bit about how to kind of just stand in the pocket, make some of the throws from the pocket, this, that, and the third. Give him some more of the traditional quarterback tips because we already know he can do what he needs to do with his legs. He's got the athleticism. He's got the heart. He got that dog in him. Like you say, boom, 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 boom. So I just think this means that they're bringing a veteran quarterback in to kind of coach up Jalen Hurts a little bit. I don't think Joe Flacco is going to push Jalen Hurts for the starting job or anything like that.
I think Joe Flacco is the last.
The last.
I feel like you might be able to beat out Hurts with Flacco just off pure legs.
Off pure legs, athleticism. I got a little bit of arm too. I got a little bit of arm too. Don't sleep. Anyways, like I said, I think just Joe Flacco will be in there to kind of help mold him, not into all the way traditional style quarterback, but give him that skill set of, he can throw on the run, but he can also do what he needs to do in the pocket as well. So I think that's what the signing of Joe Flacco means.
Okay, and I hear a lot of people saying, just on the streets, so there's a lot of Eagles fans that they just have hard set in their mind that Jalen Hurts is not our quarterback. Jalen Hurts could be the quarterback for the next 20 years, and in their mind, in some way, he's not a starting quarterback. Like some people that just won't, they're in denial. They're in extreme denial.
Tell them to wake up and smell the turf.
They're in extreme denial. Now, their refutation or refusion, don't know the word, this ain't English class. Their rebuttal, how about that? Their rebuttal to, us going defense in free agency, us signing a veteran quarterback like Joe Flacco, who's not going to give Hurts any quarterback competition, they still think that since Joe Flacco doesn't have the same playing style as Hurts, then Joe Flacco, we still might be drafting a quarterback, okay? Because there's a lot of people that want a pure pocket quarterback and not a mobile quarterback, not one of those dual threats like Jalen Hurts, like a Lamar Jackson. Now, I will say this, and you brought up a great point. Bringing in somebody who's doesn't have the exact same playing style as Hurts will actually be extremely beneficial because Hurts already knows how to use his legs. That's second nature to him.
Exactly.
That's second nature. So bringing in it's like yin and yang. So bringing in a quarterback that doesn't play just like Jalen Hurts, like an RG3 is a free agent who will be similar to Jalen Hurts' playing style. Bringing in RG3, what could there's nothing they could teach each other.
Exactly.
They already had the same style. So if you bring somebody in with a different style, then it's like, you know, yin and yang. You balance each other out. The stuff that Jalen Hurts lacked, Joe Flacco was a specialist in, you know, being elevated game manager, pocket passer. He can teach that to Jalen Hurts. Obviously, you know, Joe Flacco ain't learning nothing new. Like, he ain't here to learn nothing new. But I'm saying, like, it could definitely balance out because if you bring in a guy like RG3, then it's like, okay, what the RG3's deficiencies are Jalen Hurts' deficiencies. Exactly. So there's nothing new they can learn there. So I think the Joe Flacco signing is extremely smart on the Eagles' part. And I like our signings a lot so far because it's just showing we got our headspace in the right space. We're showing up the defense and we getting our QB. We getting a veteran QB. So now we got Hurts and a Super Bowl winning QB behind him. Now people were saying we should get Nick Foles. Think getting Nick Foles, we love Nick Foles. He put a ring on it. But getting Nick Foles, I feel like would have brought the same questions. Like, why are the Eagles bringing in Nick Foles back? Like, that's bringing in more drama. Whether it should be drama or not, it's going to bring in drama. Lastly, before I go back to you, the last thing I want to say is, isn't it crazy how Joe Flacco got pushed out by Lamar Jackson 1.0 and now he's backing up Lamar Jackson 5.0.
Oh, no.
And Jalen Hurts, like, he can't get out from under that, you know, dual threat, boy.
I mean, it's just the way the quarterback position is shifting. You know, everybody wants a dual threat quarterback, and you touched on it. You touched on it perfectly, Symone. I think it would have been more telling. I think it would have been more of a story if the Eagles, one, didn't sign a quarterback in free agency, and two, if they would have got a quarterback that has the same style as Jalen Hurts. If one of those two things would have happened, then I think, okay, now it's time to have the discussion of whether or not the Eagles are committed to Jalen Hurts. But now that the Eagles have signed a quarterback in free agency, now they've done that. Now they got two quarterbacks on the roster and signed a quarterback in free agency. That is Joe Flacco, who's not the 2012 Baltimore Ravens quarterback, Joe Flacco, who won in the Super Bowl, who had a crazy Super Bowl run. He ain't that quarterback no more. He's a average Joe.
No pun intended.
No, the pun intended. But anyways, since the Eagles have signed that quarterback with a young, mobile quarterback, I believe this means they're 100% committed to Jalen Hurts. Like I said, they're bringing Joe in to show Jalen, like, okay, like, you can learn from Joe. That's what you can do both. You don't just have to rely on your legs. You can actually learn how to go through your progressions, not just look at one receiver the whole time, go through your progressions, stand in the pocket, make those throws, and also be a dual threat if you have to. This is them trying to not only have Jalen be like no shade of Lamar Jackson, but like not only Jalen be Lamar Jackson, like have Lamar Jackson athleticism with Russell Wilson intellect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, more well-rounded.
Exactly. This is a move to make Jalen Hurts more well-rounded. So they're gonna help him fully learn. Not to say that he wasn't gonna learn anyway, but help him, expedite the process of him learning, everything that he needs to upstairs as a quarterback, because they know he's already got it with his legs. So that's that. If they would have had one quarterback going into the draft, then yes, it would have been time to have those discussions of whether or not Jalen Hurts is the Eagle quarterback. If they would have got a guy like RG3, Tyrod Taylor, somebody like that, then yes, I think it would have been more of a discussion about whether the Eagles or not are committed to Jalen Hurts. Since they got average Joe back there backing up Jalen Hurts, I think this shows that Jalen Hurts is 1,005% QB1.
And I like that we got a Super Bowl winning quarterback back there with Jalen Hurts. What more could you want, especially a guy who is not going to be pushing up on you competition-wise, but a guy who can still give you some nuggets.
And one quick thing. I love the point you made on Nick Foles, because yes, if they would have brought in Nick Foles, that would have been very controversial. Like you said, a lot of questions have been raised just because of Nick Foles' background. Obviously, he brought the first Super Bowl to the city. So as soon as Jalen Hurts started to struggle, they would have been calling Nick Foles' name. They got Nick Foles without getting Nick Foles. they got a Super Bowl winning quarterback that wasn't Nick Foles. That's basically the same person as Nick Foles, same play style as Nick Foles without actually getting Nick Foles. So that was a great move by the Eagles because, yes, there would have been a lot of controversy if they got Nick Foles. They got Nick Foles without getting Nick Foles.
Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for listening. You know, we had to give you guys our quick reaction. Make sure you subscribe to the Tough Calls podcast, where me and Dylan chop it up with some of your favorite sports analysts, favorite athletes, former and current, on the pod. You can check that link in my description box. Also, make sure you buy me a coffee. Of course, make sure you go and subscribe to Dylan Matthews on YouTube, and his channel is on my channel page as one of the linked channels or featured channels. But you can also type it into the search bar, you know what I'm saying? Don't be lazy, y'all. Don't be lazy. But yeah, so make sure you let us know what you think. We already know you're gonna let us know what you think, so why do I even bother telling you? But until next time, bye!